Hello, everyone, and welcome to an RLIS Superstar matchup. We are going to be witnessing at least some of the Wolfhounds versus the Celtic Tigers today. And joining me in the booth is D-Lynch.
Welcome. Hello. How are you, Bear? You doing well?
I'm all right. Yeah, how are you? You excited for some? It looked like it wasn't going to happen, but I think it is. Some Superstar matches.
Yeah, I'm very excited because as we all know, this it's only 3s and 2s that's gonna be on today. The ones was played at a previous day in the favor of Wolfhounds. They took the ones earlier in the week, but it's gonna have a big impact on playoff scenarios and who plays each other. So it's gonna be a very interesting series, I say, Bear.
Yeah, definitely things at stake here. Even if they're all guaranteed they're both guaranteed their playoff spots. Sorry, there is indeed seeding at stake with another match between Satanta and the Saints going on later. Will help determine things as well if Wolfhounds do have a bad showing today. But I don't know. Are we waiting for anything else, or should we just tell the teams to go?
No, I think we're just more or less waiting to get started. So I'll tell them to go because Rez has to be off soon enough as well. So we'll get this series underway.
Here we go. And yes, this is Superstar playoff seeding at stake here on the RLI stream. And we are kicked off 5 minutes on the clock, and it's best of 5 in this 3v3 and best of 3 in the 2s later. You can handle all those numbers at once.
Too many games for numbers for people to realize. But as I say that, Tomster can't even let me finish what I was going to say and just scores the opening goal. And that's a nice early start for the Celtic Tigers.
Yeah, just picks it up, does it all himself, and no one can find a defensive touch for Wolfhounds. He's just too quick, Tomster. And yeah, 12 seconds is a pretty quick start.
Yeah, definitely. And that's a serious statement from Celtic Tigers, because this series, look, they're already knocked out. It's really just for their pride and to kind of demoralize this Wolfhound side as much as possible before playoffs. But it's really interesting. It's a quick start for them.
Forced back, they will transition up the field once again, though. Tomster chases his own touch. We'll feed it back to Rez, who gets a double, forces Ben awkward, but still somehow gets away with it. Jaffa middle with the 50. Tomster's there. Doesn't go first time, though. Instead, sets it up. Was looking for his own touch, but it works out nicely for Rez to come through and find their second.
Nice. Look, it was Tomster tries to get the double but can't find it, and Jaffa just tees it off for his teammate there. Or no, he doesn't even get a touch, I don't think. But Rez quickly follows up. As we all know, Rez can be very quick at times, a speed demon. And 2-0 for the Celtic Tigers. That's some statement.
That's 3.
But
they almost scored it on the second kickoff. This time they do get it through, and yeah, some questionable kickoffs coming through from the Wolfhounds, because it's twice they've looked shaky and they get punished for it.
Yeah, that's some interesting teamwork by Ben and Lama there, but look, excellent kickoff by Tomster, and that's great follow-up there. That's just nearly some more kickoff shenanigans again.
They take the possession, they're into the orange half, and ready to just keep on attacking. We're a minute in, it's already 3-0. They've only had to make one stop at the other end, and definitely not looking like the team that's already been eliminated.
Definitely not. Like, if they were here playing like this all season, you wouldn't expect them to be anywhere near the not even making playoffs. And it's interesting to see, as we're seeing a bit of a skirmish here in the corner. But Tomster gets a nice lovely 58, but only as far as Ben here, who's going to try and show off some things, some mechanics. Tries to find the pass made, but Tomster reads it as well as he can. And Panda doesn't have much to work with, but finds it off to Lama. And we're finally starting to see some sort of stability there. And no goals kind of happen now in the last minute or so.
Yeah, they've taken their chances in the first minute, and now they've just settled down. The Celtic Tigers ready to go back and forth with the Wolfhounds. But yeah, not even a shot since that third goal went in, and seems like we might have to wait a while. Lama's looking for one here, but Tomster comfortable to get rid of it. Jaffa forced into the 50 with Panda, and Ben will take up the loose ball, looks for the double, but flies on by. Now Rez takes control. Lama, good dunk, but it's only going to find Tomster, who almost just fished it back up to Lama, but instead takes it all the way down the field. There's Jaffa, but Panda, last player back in net, finds the vital stop and keeps the damage down at least only to 3 for now.
Definitely, and look, half the game to go.
Oh,
Oh,
Llama.
that's Llama. Look, I nearly preferred if he actually would have hit the ball.
That's it.
As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by Tomster scoring another goal for Celtic Tigers. I nearly would have preferred Llama to hit the ball for his infamous Llama highlights, as they're known all over his Twitter. He is very known for missing a prone open net, but couldn't even hit the ball that time. It was unfortunate, but Celtic Tigers well in the driving seat so far in the series.
Yeah, Llama follows up his not quite open net miss, but definite miss with a miss at the other end, and just lets Tomster in for the, at that point, open net indeed. So they've pretty much already gotten this game 1 victory, and they'll we say it often in game 1, they have to write it off. They have to get ready for game 2 and just make sure they don't let the damage get too ridiculous here in game 1. And Llama is not having a good day, Dealinch.
Llama. That'll be interesting to hear back his POV from that later, but he might not call it a Llama highlight, but we'll call it a Llama highlight so far in stream. But never say never. There is a chance if the Wolfhounds sort out their act that they can claim a comeback possibly, but it's not looking brilliant at all. This Celtic Tigers have been way too strong so far.
Hand on 0 boost. If he had a little bit more power behind that, maybe would have found Llama on the cut, but pass a little bit too weak, and they have to settle for possession instead, which they now give away. Jaffa picks it up. Has Tomster waiting in the middle, but pass is too soft, and it goes high for Ben to attack. He can't get anything behind it. Panda's going to catch this one on the near post, and only finds Jaffa now. He goes for an outrageous flick. It's on target. Ben, this time, is there in the way. Wolfhounds look a little bit more set up on defense, but they're really not making any progress, and as soon as I say that, yep, 5-0.
You can't really say much more. Like, as in, that was probably the most Jaffa shot you'll ever see, and then it's been not great defense so far from Wolfhounds. And the one saving grace they probably have from this game 1 is that a lot of Celtic Tigers goals were kickoffs. So if they can hopefully sort that out, there's a chance they might do better. But as we know, they're a very good side. I think they're undefeated in 3v3 series so far in Superstar of RLIS. So here's hoping that they can flick on that on switch and turn into the menace we know they can be.
Chance for Jaffa to pour further salt in the wound. Rez will keep the pressure on. They're not happy with 5. They want more. Tomster with a chance. Ben will save. And yeah, absolutely more of the same. Just absolutely nothing for Wolfhounds going forward. They had 3 shots this whole game to the mighty 12 of Celtic Tigers, half of them going in. And Rez will... I'm not even going to say finish this one off. There's a very high chance they score a 7th here.
Yeah, look, as we know, kickoffs have been very potent, so we'll just wait here. Hopefully, it's Rez though. Oh, but a kickoff win for Wolfhounds at this stage. That's something you haven't really seen much today, but we see here everyone going up for a few areas. The game is over, 6-0, possibly an addition, but they're trying to keep it up. But that's a nice save by Tomster, and you know, Tomster was like, "No, I want that clean sheet," and that's a pretty routine win for Celtic Tigers.
Yeah, they didn't look too stretched there, to say the least. They looked quite comfortable the whole way through, and yeah, no, they got 2 saves in the end, and one of them I think was at that final moment from Tomster. So their defense really wasn't tested very often, but they put in the work where they needed to and took all their chances with plenty of confidence.
Definitely, and look, if Wolfhounds can sort out this act and hopefully provide a closer game than that game number 1, I'm sure they will get it together and we'll find a lot more interesting game 2, a closer game 2, hopefully. They just need to work, I think, on not giving away the ball as much, but we'll see as we're just starting to get away into game number 2, Bear.
Yeah, they need to keep it a little bit more controlled. Let's see how this kickoff goes. They actually do win it. Panda, as he's actually given time, and he takes it well. He's over Jaffa, he's over Rez as well. Tomster should be able to have this one, but I mean, already the first 12 seconds gone much better. They'd already conceded by this point in game 1.
Definitely, not losing that kickoff straight away really helps, and they're going to have to try and keep it that way. If they can play that solid game, they might be able to sneak a goal away and hopefully take Celtic Tigers by surprise. But the defense, as I was just saying, that a lot gets down for Rez. Wasn't on target, but was well dealt with by Red. Nearly a quick counter tackle there that I was kind of warning about there with Wolfhounds.
Get 1-1 from the pressure plays instead of corners was a good effort, but actually is onto the crossbar. Rez and Tomster dominated for this one. Java has to jump to prevent any shot opportunity, and does well to get it away. Tomster and Rez are left time to get back, and now Tomster just feeds it back to Jaffa. He's looking for the double off of the ceiling, but Ben gets the save and is now trying to follow it up. Can't beat out Tomster though. Lama does with his 50. Ben will pick it up, looking for the double maybe, not quite getting there. Rez now takes control, just puts it right back to Ben though, and I mean, it's a couple of times Celtic Tigers have been struggling on and bringing it out of their own defense. Here's another time when Lama just shuts it down, and Wolfhounds looking a little bit more confident, getting aggressive.
Definitely, they're really controlling that midfield game a lot better now. But as we see though, Rez, that was just some speedy work for Rez, which he is absolutely known for. And just as we were complimenting the midfield game by Wolfhounds, Celtic Tigers shot us up right there and score. They did valiantly to hold out for the first minute and a half there, but we might be starting to see a repeat of game number 1.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like none of those challenge losses were that bad on their own, but it was definitely 350 losses in a row, and it allowed Rez to get in there. And yeah, it's just, but 3 tiny mistakes in a row, where maybe last game it was slightly more major mistakes, but they still got to cut it out nonetheless. They cannot afford to be giving Celtic Tigers space, either through missing or just those slight 50 losses, and it's already costed them here. The opening 2 minutes have been better, but not good enough. Okay, apparently they just need the Celtic Tigers to get worse, because Rez absolutely failed to make the save and plummets it into his own corner.
Maybe Rez should stick to the spreadsheets. Tomster was right behind him. He had it. Like, not much can be said about that. Just Rez, keep working on the spreadsheets. I don't know if there's the option here for more of this game, but it's going to be very interesting now to see how Celtic Tigers will react to that. I think they'll just be laughing at it off. They'll all be having a good chuckle at Rez's own goal, and maybe a bit frustrated themselves, but everyone will be having a bit of a laugh at that bar, I say.
Yes, us included here. Rez will not make the mistake this time. He said and sends it straight back out to Lama. Panda's going to follow it up. 2 shots onto the crossbar, and Lama will make sure the third stays low as he rolls it into the net, and the Wolfhounds grab the lead.
Yeah, he couldn't quite find the open net the first time around, but there, Tomster a bit flat-footed on the goal line, just facing out, can't really go sideways at all, and Lama just hits it around him, slowly taps it into the goal. That's the first lead that we have for Wolfhounds in this series, and just as I was predicting, if they sort out their stuff, they really can take it to this Celtic Tiger squad.
Yeah, they're in a prime opportunity now to really keep this series interesting and not fall to another 6-0 defeat. Obviously, that's already out the window, but they've done much better here, gotten themselves in the mindset. They take advantage of the Rez mishap. Now they're just going to throw a few more on net. Ben has one, but too weak to get past Jaffa. Panda looks for the interception awkwardly. He doesn't make contact, leaves Lama to push it instead. He looks to follow up on his own clearance. Tomster cuts it out. Jaffa's there. That's on. Panda has to make the stop at the near post. Ben's going to put it high into his own box. Danger zone here for Wolfhounds, but Tomster cannot find the shooting chance out of it. Looks for the bump onto Lama, but he expertly avoids it and is going to follow up with a good 50 away. Wolfhounds holding on to their lead.
They really are. It's a bit of a unorthodox defending from a few of the defenders on the Wolfhound side, but they were able to clear it in the end, as we nearly see the cross map air dribble by Tomster, and looking to add some pressure. Rez off the crossbar. Jaffa tries to find an infield, but Rez tries to keep possession there. They're finding a nice play there of some sustained pressure in this Wolfhound side. Really trying to find that equalizer.
Here comes Ben again, setting it up for his teammate, who just goes on by the chance, and they do not find another shot just yet. Ben keeps it alive, has low boost to work with. Once again, look to find a teammate. Panda picks it up, follows up his own sidewall chance with a shot, but not on target. Ben forced to put it to the corner. It's bunting up awkwardly, but Llama has the touch. Panda takes it away from Jaffa, but it's straight to Tomster. Llama has to make the stop, and he does. And there's no cut here from Celtic Tigers. It's going to allow Llama to just clear it all the way down and relieve all of the pressure that they'd been facing.
Yeah, indeed. That was good work there and relieving all that pressure. As we see it, though, a nice shot on target, but Tomster more than able to save it. And this is a lot more of the closer series, as we see, as Ben surely puts this game to bed to try and equalize the series and effectively turn this into a best-of-3 bar. And look, this is a lot more of the series we were kind of expecting before that game number 1 happened.
Yeah, much more open. Both sides having a plentitude of chances. Celtic Tigers only scoring 1 from 8. Wolfhounds 3 from 12. So definitely better in the shooting accuracy this time from Wolfhounds. But they had to do work on the other end as well, where they failed to last game. They really didn't look confident at all on the defensive end. This time they looked much stronger. They got 5 saves, 3 for Panda. And yeah, we're into the best-of-3 situation. They have the momentum.
They do have the momentum, but I still think Celtic Tigers have reason to be confident because they were trying to be aggressive. They were trying to push for a last goal in the last 10 seconds or so before Wolfhounds got an extra goal. But besides that, the only difference in it was just a bit of miscommunication between Rez and Tomster. When Tomster maybe could have taken the ball and Rez didn't have to go for it as quickly. So it's still anyone's game, barely. Anyone's game at all.
Very, very tight indeed. This time no kickoff loss for Wolfhounds. It's already looking better on all fronts for them. So we go into game 3. And it's going to take some big moments here in order to see who's going to take advantage in the series. That's a chance for Panda. The long clearance was off the crossbar and Tomster dealt with the rebound effort. Ben's just going to plummet it. And just like he did for the ceiling goal last game, he finds it again. Just that space at the near post. No one from Celtic Tigers was ready.
I was going to say there was probably a disruption play, maybe a bumper demo coming through one on the Wolfhound side, but no, it was just Tomster was trying to get a little Spider-Man save by hanging on to the inside of the goal there, but he just fell off at the wrong time, and it was good capitalization by Ben. And that's a rather unfortunate start for the Celtic Tigers, but it's a great start for the Wolfhounds.
Have to play from behind once more, and didn't go too well for them in the previous game. Here's just an open chance for Panda. Wasn't an open net though, Jaffa was there. Has to take it away from Ben now. He gets demoed for his troubles. Tomster makes the cut and picks it up. Looking for the 50 on the Panda to get it to Rez in the middle, but does not come out on top in that battle. And now Llama's finding Panda here. Double into the air. We'll leave Jaffa to push it back into the blue half. Tomster's going to look for it. Ben gets a touch and then Panda gets the clear to follow up. Straight back up to the orange end. Now we go. Ben looking for the dunk down. Llama was waiting, but no shot opens up. We go to the blue end once more. It's pretty open here. Both sides being able to push into the other side and not much sustained pressure going on, but only the 3 shots so far and feels like none in the last minute. There's one from Panda. Jaffa deals with it. Yeah,
that was really well dealt by Jaffa, and both sides are having plenty of chances up and down the field. No one really finding being trapped in their half at all or finding some sustained pressure, but as we see here, that's a beautiful infield by Llama, and Panda can't find the target, but Llama does well to intercept and stop the potential counter attack, and that's something Llama's does a lot very well, just finding those interceptions to stop potential counter attacks. But as we see here though, Panda can't make any magic happen. Ben with an infield of his own, and Llama, big dive as third man.
He's missed it.
Watch out!
Is anyone there? You know, it's just Panda.
He
has another chance. Oh.
I'm at a loss for words. That was very questionable by Llama, to say the least. But then Jaffa could not find the target. I'm speechless, Bear.
It's a huge whiff at a very, very vital time for Celtic Tigers. A goal would have put them in much better stead, but now they're still facing this deficit and still facing more very dangerous Wolfhounds attacks. They're having to deal with this. The demo comes through. Tomster's gone. Jaffa's bumped out. Panda has a chance, tries to kill low. Ted chooses to go left around. Has one waiting in the middle. Forces it through Tomster. Ben somehow keeps it alive. And Panda just shunts it It's 2-0 in the most ridiculous of fashions.
It was actually really well done by Ben. I thought he actually bumped someone, but he ends up just kind of sliding off the ball in the post when the two defenders maybe thought he was shooting, and just allows Panda to keep following. And shenanigans is just the perfect word to describe that. I have no clue what's going on in this series.
Now they're looking for more. They're trying to replicate maybe the 6-0 that Celtic Tigers managed in game 1. A few more saves coming through from Celtic Tigers, though, and it's denying them further goals. Celtic Tigers again go forward and again are denied with relative ease. No real chance to shoot, and here they come again. Rez will have a chance to shoot this time, but does absolutely nothing with the ball, and just leaves Panda to comfortably clear it out. More time off the clock, and more confidence gained from Wolfhounds that this Celtic Tigers will not be able to break them down once more.
Indeed, and it's been a lot better from the Wolfhounds, obviously compared to the start of the series. But both teams have been creating a lot of chances. It's just the capitalization isn't really there, because you wouldn't say Wolfhounds have obviously done better to take their chances, but they've been creating a lot of they've made a lot of mistakes on defense as well. As we see there though, Rez can't get onto. Oh, Tobster misses and can't find the net. Well, and Wolfhounds are kind of being let off a bit right now, Bear.
Yeah, big chances. First one was a good save, but Tomster, it was a tough angle. You still want it on target though when you're in this, maybe not dire, but definitely unwanted situation where they're facing the deficit. They're about to go behind in the series, and they're really struggling to find a way through. Rez will set it up. Tomster just cannot get there in time. Ben too quick. Wolfhounds again just shutting down the Celtic Tigers, limiting the opportunities, and looking like they're gonna secure their lead for second consecutive game. Lama's got another chance here. Tomster will clear it out. Panda is just ready on the halfway line to keep it in the orange half, and looks like they are gonna keep another clean sheet. Well, not another, but
Indeed, a clean sheet looks to be happening, and that'll bring, if I'm not mistaken, that would bring Wolfhounds onto the match point for the 3v3, because as far as I remember, but it was there was plenty of chances for both sides. Look, on another day, that could easily be a win for Celtic Tigers that game. With talking back to the Jaff open net and a bit unfortunate antics on the goal line for Ben's second goal, but we'll have to wait and see, because this series is definitely not over, and Celtic Tigers still have a lot to play for.
yeah, it's 2 games in a row that were really open, where both sides have so many shots. The Celtic Tigers shots generally looked a little tamer, and Wolfhounds looked a little more ready to deal with the danger that was approaching. So yeah, their goals are the second goal is definitely weird. The miss from Jaffa, I guess you could say, is also weird. They're definitely having things go their way, but taking advantage of it. As you said, they're capitalizing, and yeah, it opens up the series point for the 3v3 here.
Yeah, indeed, and it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Can we maybe force a game 5, or do Wolfhounds not want to mess about any business and want to get on with their days and just finish this 3v3 and effectively end any redemption hopes for Celtic Tigers and possibly their season? Because what really is on the line here for Celtic Tigers is the pride of potentially not finishing last. That's majorly what they're fighting for here, Bear.
And might not come to fruition for them. They're already dealing with more pressure here. They survived the 12 seconds. Very important milestone in this series, obviously. But yeah, they do not get it out of their own half in those 12 seconds. Still facing more pressures. Ben looks for the target, maybe just for the pass central. Rez was there either way. Jaffa finds Panda, does not do anything with the 50, and Panda keeps a hold of it. Just gifts it away to Rez now, though. Clearance wasn't going to provide many opportunities. Panda will take it, and again just gives it to Tomster. A couple times now, Celtic Tigers just picking up loose balls, and it's bought them a chance for Jaffa. Ben will save it. The follow-up isn't on target. Lama can take it away now, but slightly worrying from Wolfhounds that they were giving so many very opportune moments for Celtic Tigers there. They just kept on receiving on the edge of the box, and the chance nearly went through in the end. This is just open.
Oh.
Jaffa has it. And this time he doesn't score the open net. Ben with a fantastic double save.
Now, I was about to compliment Ben on his previous saves and more slate Tomster because it was more shooting directly at Ben, but that time you have to hats off to Ben. That was some brilliant double defense right there. And it's here though, Llama is trying to bring it down for a quick counter attack, but gets a rather unfortunate wheel touch as Tomster brings it to the air. Doesn't have enough boost, but Ben again on defense. He is really holding down the fort for this Wolfhound side right now. He is determined to not go down in this game.
2 minutes in, still waiting for our game 4 opener. Chance for Panda. Tomster finds the touch away. We go back into the midfield. Jaffa takes it but gets bumped. Rez can only look for a bump of zone with no boost. Now Tomster will pick up Llama's clearance. Can only be met by Ben in the middle though. Panda, the last player back, still goes up for it as Ben is back, but just gives it to Rez, who gives it to Ben in favor. Teams struggling to string together passes. This one's going to go all the way back to Llama, who just launches it to the orange half. Rez will take control before Llama gets there. And now pushes it left for Jaffa. Tomster's going to be there. Rez is demoed out. They have to make it work between the two of them. And Panda and Llama combine to prevent any possible chance.
It's some really kind of good pressure there for the Celtic Tigers, and this is, I think it's the longest we've gone in any of the games without a goal so far. Both sides really don't want to be the ones to concede that first goal because, as we know, momentum is a massive, massive thing in this game. And if Celtic Tigers can get that first goal, they'll really start to believe that they can take the series. As we see here, Llama gets a big boom downfield, but Rez more than comfortably able to take it. Panda gets the ball infield, and Ben manages to capitalize on the open opportunity, and that was a brilliant infield by Panda.
1 touch, 2 touch. Tomster not able to read it. Jaffa not quick enough. And Ben takes full advantage of that brilliant Panda pass. Gets them into the lead. And forces Celtic Tigers to make their move. They've got 1:50 to find their goal, or they will lose this 3v3 series. And their chances at not last are all but over.
Yeah, as we see though, that's a great bump by Tomster, and Rez, just as you were saying, manages to find the goal for Celtic Tigers. That is so crucial, and that's a great bump by Tomster, and Rez really doesn't want to lose this series.
Their first goal in a very long time, let's put it that way. And that is definitely going to give them some confidence that they are not out of this one just yet. They still have their chances here in this series. They still have their saves as well, as Jaffa denies Panda and Tomster denies Ben, keeping it unlocked. No one's back post at the moment. Panda cannot get it down quick enough. And Celtic Tigers are ready in defense once more. Llama is incoming, but is beaten out by the first defender, Tomster. And then Rez followed up, but Panda pushes it back. Now Llama with the demo. Jaffa's gotten back, and Ben squaffs. He squaffs his shot. I don't know what that means, but it wasn't a good shot.
I think the word you might have been looking for is scuffs the shot, and that's you can't really say much else about that besides that was poor, really poor from Ben, and all the pressures on Celtic Tigers right now. So it seems to actually might be affecting Ben possibly, but because they are 1 game up in the series, ready to win Wolfhounds, so they should be looking to try a bit more expansively. They have an extra lifeline compared to Celtic Tigers, Bear.
Yeah, definitely they can do themselves a little bit harder, but this one's just going to be all the way in from Rez. Jaffa will pick up the assist. Ben's touch just feeds it right to Rez. Llama didn't see it coming. It probably pushed up too far anyway. It's 2-1, and Celtic Tigers are 20 seconds away from Game 5.
It hasn't been a very fortunate last 30 seconds or so for Ben. We saw how valiantly he was defending at the start of this game, really wanting to finish it there.
Oh, it's in!
I can't even speak for 2 seconds, and Llama just finishes off there. That's a great effort by Llama. No one challenges Llama, and he just gets the nice quick shot on target, and we really have a game on our hands, Bear.
Yeah, the pieces fell into place there. And Llama just waltzed all the way through. Tomster wasn't at the back post either. Left lots of space for the shot if he managed to get it off. And somehow he did through the two defenders. Now there's even a chance here at the death for Celtic Tigers to take it straight back. It's out to Rez here. Panda fishes it away. Ben's just got an open chance here. Is it going to hit the ground? It's not. Ben takes it. And unbelievably, they regain. And they take it in 4 in style.
Ben really saves his blushes from earlier in the game. He like, I don't even know what to say. After a pretty poor last minute, he really redeems himself there, and as we see, Panda has left the match lobby, so it looks like it's going to be a Jaffa Tomster versus Ben and Llama in the 2v2, which, to say the least, should favor the Celtic Tigers bear.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see, considering how that one went for them and how crushing 0-second goals can be. You know, that it's definitely different on RLIS, where you have to play series after series as well as game after game. So you've got to not only regain from the game loss, but a whole series opportunity wasted, and the fact that they are now staring down the barrel of a last place finish.
Indeed, they definitely are, and I think that might actually be a last place finish seal for them after losing that 3v3. And yeah, I can confirm they are confirmed 6th place with the bottom of the barrel bar. But again, still, they want to keep it close. They want a bit of redemption and potentially ruin any seeding hopes for the Wolfhounds there.
Yeah, there's still. We know just looking at the Wolfhounds for their stakes. Celtic Tigers, their placement is sealed. All they can get from this is another 2.5 points. Llama is almost going to have, and he will. It's just in. Within 5 seconds, they've got an even quicker start than Celtic Tigers did in the 3 series. 5 is shorter than 12. It's a very good dunk from Llama. Jaffa couldn't get back in time.
Yeah, look, Llama, he knows Tomster's that dangerous on the ball, and he just shows him 0 respect. Tomster maybe showing a bit too much of the ball. But yeah, that was a great dunk by Llama. A bit of kick-off shenanigans trying to happen here by Tomster and Jaffa. But Llama and Ben read it excellently. But Llama has no boost and can't really capitalise. But Ben tries to force it, leaving Tomster alone now in a 2v1. But Ben manages to get back, and Jaffa. Oh, Jaffa. That is brilliant by him there.
Takes his time, doesn't need Tomster. Pop over 1, and the dink over 2. Lovely. And yeah, gets the equaliser. They're very well set up. It's again set up to be a brawl going both ways here, with a goal apiece within 30 seconds.
These Jaffa cool, calm, and collected under pressure. That was brilliantly done. And let's see here though, Tomster tries to get the quick shot off but can't find the target. And now Llama looking for the quick counter, but Jaffa takes control of the ball, takes his time, and tries to transition it downfield. But Llama more than able to intercept it, and Tomster manages to get the ball. No one pre-jumps him though, so he fakes it out, leaves the ball. Ben manages to put pressure on. Nice save by Tomster. And it's starting to slow down a tiny bit with the ball just staying in the midfield really bar, and it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this game goes.
Yeah, they're trying to choose their moments a little bit more carefully after the 2 early goals. And just wait to see what the other team's going to do. Tomster tries to flash it a little bit quicker, but still gets beaten. Now Lamb actually has a chance with the 50, but gets beaten away. And Ben will take it back again, choosing to go. So the flick is quicker than Jaffa expected, though. Tomster had to make the stop, and he did. Now the 1v1 is in action for a few seconds. Llama makes sure Tomster can take advantage of it. And Ben goes up the other end again. Pace a little bit quicker than it was a few seconds ago, but still no chances. This is one for Ben, but Tomster was well placed, and it wasn't really a chance with the shot that he put off anyway.
No, Tomster, look, very highly rated in 2v2.
Oh.
He was more than able to defend these situations. That's a rather fortunate spawn there on that side, but Llama looking to get very physical, but Tomster dives on Ben, and they're doing very, it feels like a lot of the pressure is on the Wolfhound side, but there's some excellent defending by Celtic Tigers holding out their nerve As we see here though, big 50, Jaffa tries to clear it away, but Llama cannot capitalize. And we're really seeing some end-to-end stuff starting to develop here, Bear.
This time it doesn't go end-to-end though. Wolfhounds keep it in the orange half. Ben misses the ball though. Now Thompson looks like he's going to beat Llama. He cannot recover in time. And just as Wolfhounds looked like they were about to be setting up in the orange half, they give it away and give the lead away with it.
Yeah, look, it's heartbreaking for the Wolfhounds there, really. But it was good capitalization by Celtic Tigers, and only time will tell as we see a big kickoff win by Jaffa. Tomster tries to bait in Llama, but Llama smartly decides to not bait in, just keep waiting for the ball. And then Jaffa hands the ball away, leaves it to Ben. Tomster makes a brilliant save, but Jaffa isn't there in time to hit it away, and Llama capitalizes on the open net.
Again, they go blow for blow. No 2-goal lead in this 2 series just yet. And now we will await our next leading goal again. Hopefully it's not from an overcommit. And we see some wonderful outplays, but sometimes that's the way of it. This one is just an outplay, I'd say. There's not it's a slight overcommit. They're not really in the right places, the Wolfhounds. The Celtic Tigers find the gaps. And Tomster slots it.
Ben maybe caught slacking or sleeping a bit there, but Tomster does brilliant. He realizes Ben isn't really aware of what's around him and just goes for the ball quickly, capitalizes quickly. But that's a nice kickoff by Ben. Tries to shoot into the far top corner, but can't find it on target. This is here though. Tomster looking for quick capitalization, quick counter attack, but can't, only as far as Ben and Llama. But Tomster gets a quick intercept in. Llama trying to show off his 1v1 expertise, but can't find it here. And it's really just an interesting showing of the like kind of style differences between the two teams, because as we should see, the Celtic Tigers are maybe a bit more experienced in 2v2, but the Wolfhounds are really starting to try and take their chances a lot better.
Definitely keeping it close. They're out shooting as well, but maybe not generating as quality chances as the Celtic Tigers have. Here's another dangerous floater from Jaffa, and Tomster will follow it up. The save wasn't big enough. Leaves Tomster with the chance to drive it home. And now we do have a 2-goal lead. 49 seconds for Wolfhounds to regain. The Celtic Tigers will be very happy to set up camp and deny any forthcoming opportunities.
They will. They've only scored 2 goals so far in the first 4 minutes of this game, but I'm less confident than I would have been in the trees to say that this game is over. As we know, 2v2, all you need is one kickoff, you need one chance, and it's a goal. There's still plenty of time for the Wolfhounds to come back and turn this game around. But when they're kind of wasting possession and giving the ball away like that, there's not much hope so far. As Tomster manages to stay on the ball, gets a reset, but fakes out Ben. I guess one past Llama. Tomster unfortunately can't find the target, but he is looking to rinse the defense right now, Bar.
And Jaffa will just control this one in. They have staked their claim to game number 1. They put themselves in double match point in the best of 3. And they definitely started ramping it up in the final few moments of game 1 here. They took it away from Wolfhounds, and they took it away once again in style.
Indeed, and it's a bit of a multiple goal kind of game, winning margin in this game number 1, which a bit like the game 1 in the 3v3. So could we see Celtic Tigers keep up this dominance so far in 2s, or could we see Wolfhounds maybe change up their strategy a bit and try some trickery to deceive the Celtic Tigers there?
Gonna need to try a little something. They were keeping it close, but in the end, they weren't good enough there in game 1, and yeah, they're definitely gonna need to look to improve and find their 2v2 boots. You know, they did well in the 3v3. They've got a transition, and Celtic Tigers so far proving that they're able to do that a little bit quicker.
Yeah, indeed. And look, it's a pretty neutral kickoff so far there, but Jaffa can't really do much. And Tomster gets a nice quick early goal there. Llama, clearly not happy about something, gets beat in the midfield. Oh. Potential controller DC by Llama maybe, but still, Tomster capitalizes nice and early. And that's a good, quick goal for the Celtic Tigers.
Yeah, an unfortunate one to concede, definitely, but gotta make sure that that you don't disconnect your controller too often here, because, you know, you throw in a couple more of those Llama and you'll be done. No, this one's definitely not a disconnect, though. He has it in the middle for Ben. Jaffa had the save. Now Jaffa's going to look to pancake it even down for Tomster, but wasn't central enough, and Tomster has to give it away to Ben. He's going to have a chance here. Looks to go central for Llama, but doesn't quite get it in Llama's path, and he has to retreat and work it a different way. Ben is beaten by his player, and Llama finds the 50 win. Was clean through on net, but could only find the post, and the rebound goes a-begging. Still yet to find the net here in game 2. Llama with the wave dash into it. Ben's going to be there. No touch from Celtic Tigers. Looked like they could have had a chance to save it, but Ben's shot too strong.
As much as Llama is trying to lose this game, the second game right now for his team, Ben is really saying, no, Llama, come on. Let's do this. We got this. And manages to go. As we see, though, a nice little fake kickoff by Jaffa and Tomster, but a demo neutralizes the effect by Tomster, and with knowing that these players are on this pitch, anything could happen with the remainder of this game. You could say nearly any scenario, and I would not be surprised. And we're going to have to wait and see, can the duo of Llama and Ben find any sort of redemption in this twos right here, Mar.
Here they go, it's a double commit though. It's going to be probably an open net for Jaffa. Llama is racing back at the moment. Jaffa has a low boost and he completely whiffs the shot in the end. Llama did well to not lose hope of that play and get all the way back, but worrying signs from both sides. The double commit from Wolfhounds left the goal wide open, and Jaffa absolutely fails, just like he did in the threes, to make the most of the gaping chance they'd been gifted.
I think we're noticing a bit of a trend with Jaffa and open nets at the moment, but even the kind of breezy, musty he was kind of going for, that is a very Jaffa thing to do. We've seen him go for the pancake earlier. That is the danger of having Jaffa on this pitch. You don't know what he'll do at any given moment, and that makes it so unpredictable to defend. And when you have such a solid teammate like Tomster next to you, anything's possible here. As we see Tomster get a shot on target with Ben, showing some more of that stellar defense brought out in the 3v3, and tries to keep this series, keep this game, sorry, at 1-1. And Tomster manages to find the ball, but can't dribble it past Ben as he recovers well in time. Tomster looks for the pass infield, but Jaffa can't find the connection on the end, and that is another big chance gone a wasting by.
Yeah, now Wolfhounds take control of it. They also failed to find a shot though. Now Tomster takes it straight back. Looks for the dunk onto Llama, won't find it. Now Jaffa is going to struggle to deal with this one from Llama. He gets a bump as well. Ben's in the middle, but he just chooses to go himself. Puts it in at the danger zone. And maybe not forces, but at least makes it very, very likely that Tomster can commit a mistake here. And he does. I think it was on target anyway. Great shot from Llama to put themselves up.
That's very unfortunate by Jaffa. He's about to wave dash, and Llama kind of skims the top of his car to send him off sideways. Otherwise, he would have been back. But it was a really well placed shot by Llama, and Tomster couldn't keep it out. And as we see there, though, Jaffa misses one.
We can't save it!
Tom? I don't know what to say at this, really. It's going a bit
Tries
quick.
to keep it low.
Maybe
so unnecessarily. Just clear it. Just clear it.
I thought Jaffa was going to be the one. I thought Jaffa was going to be the one with all these.
Yeah, that was the story we were writing.
They're really trying to do it, but
he saves his own shot.
Okay. We're calm. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. No,
okay,
we totally saved his own shot.
Llama claims some more controller shenanigans here. Yeah, that was very strange. He did just drive in a straight line past it, but yeah, it made for some very fun viewing experiences.
Because it would have been nearly better if it was saved, but you know, it still went in, which Jaffa and Tom, they'll be delighted for. But Oh, I really thought Jaffa was on the shenanigans, but Tom is really trying to prove us wrong as much as he can this game.
Yeah, he's providing the entertainment here in the game 2, the 2v2, and Wolfhounds still in with a chance to take this one to game 3. Minute left. Ben just taking his time, getting more time off the clock, and yeah, not committing to anything too rash as they look to try and maybe see this one out and in a slightly more safe manner than some of the stuff we've been seeing so far today.
Indeed, look, it's good trying to waste the clock a bit, as Ben was doing earlier. That because time is in favour of the Wolfhounds right now. Celtic Tigers, they do need another goal, possibly through some more shenanigans. As see there though, Tomster, great dunk, but can't find a quick enough shot, and Ben is back in time. Jaffa dives in the corner, and it's getting really awkward now here for the Wolfhounds. Tomster can only manage to get a
goes
50
back.
That's an interesting decision. They had all the time and the pressure, but he's leaving it off, and now the Wolfhounds really have some big breath of air to gasp at.
It's not the type of decision you want to be seeing when you're a goal down with 20 seconds to go, but just that amount of time off the clock from Jaffa's hesitation is probably going to cost them the game. I don't think they're going to be able to find another chance. Lama will shut it down. Tomster can keep it up. Jaffa is going to leave it for Tomster to follow up, but he cannot find contact. And Wolfhounds equalise in the series. We go to game 3.
And that is maybe something I wouldn't have said before the series, this game 3, but they've proved us wrong. They've played well. It's an interesting game. Is it more down to Celtic Tigers potentially trying a bit too much to make plays happen? But it's, when it has happened, they have capitalized very well, the Wolfhounds.
Yeah, there's been positives and negatives for both sides. I mean, you're talking about Jaffa's mistakes from going for ambitious plays and how they can pay off, but they've definitely gone both ways for him as well in that aspect. So we'll have to see who can take it here in the final game of this stream. A demo on each side will make for an interesting kickoff. Ben has to turn on the ball on the midway line and gets demoed as well. So a very fiery start to game 3.
Well, at least there hasn't been a kickoff goal. At least there hasn't been that. We've had too many of them this series. We need a bit of a normal goals to happen. We don't really want more of them, those boring kickoff goals. We want a bit of pizzazz that the Celtic Tigers were trying to show earlier, but Jaffa doesn't really have much boost to make this happen, but Lama reads it very well, tries to find the double, gets it on target, but Tomster brilliantly saves. He just really does not want to lose this game right now.
Very, very close to an opening goal, but wasn't to be. Like Celtic Tigers putting in more defensive work. Ben's got 0 boosts here, and Tomster's going to take it away from him. Lama is going to be left with time and space, but can't do much with the shot. Now Jaffa just puts it into Lama. Gets the chance himself as well. Ben's behind him. Lama puts it too far backwards though. And Jaffa now takes it away almost over Ben, but he just gets a slight nick on it, meaning that Tomster has to follow it up, and he will do so. Too much time given to the Celtic Tigers from that mistaken back pass. And now they take control of the series once more.
Lama maybe trying a bit too much that time with that back flick. Ben probably wasn't expecting it as much. It was a bit too close to Lama, but Tomster does brilliant. And he gets the ball off the kickoff here. Oh, reads Lama diving in quite well, but Ben easily able to deal with it. And Jaffa trying to work some more of that magic we've seen from him all series long. But Lama can't find the bump, and only as far as Tomster, but can't get the ball. And 3 minutes left. This is still anyone's game, as we see here though. Ben tries to find the double, but Tomster tries to get the quick counter attack, but maybe they're giving away the ball slightly too much in possession now, as we see a double commit there, Bar.
Ben has a chance, but gets the demo. Tomster now finds Jaffa. Into the 1v1 we go. Ben confidently takes it away, but it's like the hamster now. It's off target on the post, but it almost set it up for Jaffa instead. cannot get there quick enough. Ben will clear, Llama will keep it alive. Tomster has the first touch and another one as he follows it up. Takes it low and to the left to get around the encroaching players. And now keeps on going himself. All the way he goes, but it's over the top of the net. Llama being beaten didn't matter too much. Jaffa has this one. It's going to come off of the ceiling, but only lightly. Meaning the Llama can still get it away. Ben into another 1v1 situation. This time Tomster will win it on the defensive end. And both teams struggling when they have those chances going forward to make the most of the 1v1s. It's a difficult situation to be in always, but this time, no, it's not going to be. This Ben, once again, fails. Tomster too well placed. On the goal line, he's going to go look for himself. And Ben's just not back. It's 2-0.
I was about to criticize both teams for just the lack of keeping control of the ball, but as we see here though, Tomster, well, the one time he does keep control, he manages to get a beautiful air dribble, and Llama can't deal with that at all, and they really are looking to hold a very unwanted record of this RLIS Superstar season of not winning a single 2 series from the Wolfhounds bar. So we're trying to find out, can Tomster end their hopes, but can't really find the net there, bar.
Tomster, he's got a bit of an open net here to work with. Jaffa takes it instead. This time there's no open net miss. He doesn't miss all of them, Dylan. She's still got some ability to score the open nets.
Hope he'd want to for Superstar, but you know, look, as they always say, open nets are the hardest ones. They're the hardest to miss. Or sorry, no, they're the easiest to miss. They're the hardest to score, as we all know. But the hopes are not looking good for the Wolfhounds right now. As we see Ben trying to make something happen. Llama takes to the skies, gets the ball mid. Ben nearly finds the target, but not enough boost, and Tomster's more than able to deal with it. And gets the pass in field. Jaffa beats the defender,
Wow.
and I think that could just be the end of it. GGs have been called, and the Wolfhounds have just given up there.
They are away. They have admitted defeat with 1:12 to go and 4 goals on the board to nothing from the Celtic Tigers. It was too much for the Wolfhounds. And despite their good showing in Game 2, and indeed you were right, Dylan, Celtic Tigers take it comfortably in the end.
Indeed, it was very comfortable in this Game 3, but the Wolfhounds, they had a lot of very good moments. It was just maybe Llama was a bit tilted after his controller, maybe not. I can't tell for certain, but they at times show promise, but they still have playoffs to look forward to compared to the Celtic Tigers side, and hopefully they will be able to regain for playoffs there.
You'd have to hope so. You got to be confident in all 3 modes in that best of 7, somewhat crew battles format. And I mean, they obviously showed it today. They got to Game 3. They got to win on the board, but they really struggled here in Game 3, and they'll have to look to improve going into the all important semi-finals.
Indeed, and as we were saying earlier, this is all really for seeding, which I'm not sure exactly where that puts the Wolfhounds now, but the highest they could have finished the second, so it might depend on results to follow later on today, who they play, but we'll just have to wait and find out.
Yeah, I think for now that will bring to a close. I guess all of the league play for RLIS. That will be the last stream. There's still that result coming later today in Superstar, but that will do as Celtic Tigers take the 2s, the Wolfhounds take the 3s. And yeah, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for Rory for streaming in the background. Thank you to yourself, Dylan, for joining me here in the booth. And until next time, that is us from RLI. Good night.